Hello, everybody. It's Breezy. Today I've got some r/entitled parents. And just like I do every episode, I'll be reading the stories and then giving my thoughts and opinions at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. Entitled Aunt Gave My Baby a Piercing Without Asking. Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. I, 26 female, had my first baby girl 3 months ago. We've been really cautious about visitors, basic hygiene, no kissing, you know the drill. My aunt, my mom's sister, came to visit last weekend. She's always been overbearing. She kept talking about how cute my baby would look with earrings. I brushed it off and said, "We're not doing piercings for a while. Maybe when she's older and can choose." Apparently, no meant ask forgiveness, not permission. I went to take a shower while my mom and aunt watched the baby. When I came out, my daughter was crying, and I saw the tiniest glint of gold in her earlobe. My aunt proudly said, "Surprise! I used my friend's gun kit." Oh, God. She barely felt a thing. I lost it. I told her she had no right. My mom was horrified too. She had no idea this was going to happen. We took my daughter to urgent care just to make sure there was no infection. I called my aunt the next day and told her she's not allowed near us for the foreseeable future. Good call. She cried to my mom about how kids these days are so dramatic, and that she was trying to bond with her niece. No, you violated my child's body without consent. That's not bonding, that's assault. Yeah, that's a good call to not bring the aunt around for a while. It's not just of what she did with the child. It's that she also went against your wishes. When a child is that young, you don't go against the parents' wishes ever. No sugar, the baby gets no sugar. You know, no coffee until the age of whatever the fuck. Then no coffee until said age. You know, it is up to the parents until the child is old enough to choose from themselves. Anyways, on to the next story. Entitled parents report me after I stopped their child from hitting. I am a support teacher at a daycare center. A few days ago, I was covering the preschool class, and we were lining the children up to go outside. As my coworker was taking attendance, one of the kids, a girl I'll refer to as M, started slapping me on the stomach. The slaps barely felt like anything, so I just shrugged it off and ignored her, assuming she would get bored and stop. However, then she started hitting me even harder. Oh boy. And I tried to politely ask M to stop. M didn't listen and began to hit me on my back as well. I finally raised my voice and sternly told her to knock it off before putting up my arm to block. I'm a relatively strong guy, so when she slapped my forearm, she grabbed her hand and started crying, to which I replied, "You see, that's why we don't hit." Later at the end of the day, when the kids were getting picked up, I was called to the front office. Apparently, M told her parents that I hit her when she was playing with me. And so they confronted my manager about it. After telling my side of the story, my manager looked through the security footage and watched the incident through. She showed M's parents how I never raised my hand against her and acted purely in self-defense. Before leaving, M's parents each gave me a dirty look, and they were angry that they couldn't charge me with anything, not even an apology for how their daughter acted. Here we see another case of parents getting upset for a daycare worker doing their job. I mean, the kid was hitting you. If not you, it would be another child. And then you'd have to stop her from hitting then. But then she'd probably hit you back in retaliation because, here's the thing, children have no impulse control. They're children. Their brains are still growing. And when you wouldn't react to her hitting and she started hitting you harder, I wonder if this type of behavior is seen as cute or adorable by her parents and they encourage it. Well, you know what? She's not going to be a child forever. She's going to reach an age where her hitting starts causing something or someone some serious damage. Fix it. On to the next story. Entitled Dad wanted me to give his daughter my water bottle. Okay, so this happened like 8 years ago, but a TikTok threw this memory into the center of my brain. So I used to work in a shop that sold kitchen stuff. Pans, knives, cutlery, kitchen gadgets, etc., etc. We sold a lot of water bottles. We were the only store in town that sold good water bottles. Think Hydro Flask, Stanleys, and that, if you're not from the UK. Yeah, I'm obviously not from the UK. I bought myself one of the water bottles we sold because it's the middle of summer, it keeps your water ice cold, and I need a water bottle, not to mention staff discount. We all kept our water bottles on the till, but behind the display stuff, so they weren't super easy to see, but you could see them if you looked hard enough. Anyway, a dad and his daughter come in, and they're looking for a water bottle, so I tell them about the ones we have in stock. The daughter sees my water bottle, and she likes the color. The dad asks if we have any, and I say, I'm really sorry, but we're sold out of this color. We should be getting some more in like 2 weeks. We can hold one for you, and you can pick it up once it's in, or you could always order it online if you want it sooner. The daughter is sad, but literally, what can I do about it if we're sold out? Edit. They asked about the water bottles on the counter, and I said they were all staff member water bottles. ED then says, are you sure there isn't one left that we can have? And I'm like, no, we're completely sold out of that color. ED continues to ask if there are any of the color available, and I'm like a broken record telling him, no, we are sold out of that color. ED then says, surely there's at least one left in the store we can have. And once again, I'm like, no, we are completely sold out of this color. He persists. We'd even take the damaged one on that display. My daughter really wants that colored water bottle. Cue me saying, I'm really sorry, but there are literally none left that I can sell you. And he still persists with the whole, there has to be one we can have. Are you sure there aren't any kicking about? We don't mind if it's damaged. And this goes on for 20 minutes of me repeatedly telling him, we do not have the color in stock, but I can hold one for you if you want to pick it up when we have them in. ED still persists. There has to be one water bottle in the store his daughter can have. They eventually leave because I obviously am not going to entertain the idea of either selling them or giving them my used water bottle. When they leave, I can't remember exactly what ED said, but something along the lines of, some people just don't know when to do nice things for people. It was something stupid along those lines. To this day, I am still baffled because why on earth would you even think about buying, or in this case, hoping to get it for free, a used water bottle from a total stranger? Like, I know you can obviously clean water bottles, but he doesn't know who I am. For all he knows, I could have been drinking my own urine out of it or something. I would like to go on to the record and say I was not, in fact, drinking my own urine, or any urine for that matter. Maybe it's just me, but it's bizarre, right? to not outwardly but very obviously demand a stranger gives or sells you their used bottle. I seriously do not understand the entitlement of some people. I mean, they refuse to tell their children no. They refuse to be told no. And they think if they talk you in circles long enough, you'll give in and give them something. If not what they want, you'll give them something. Good on you for standing your ground and not even giving them a free gift card like a lot of managers would. I mean, I don't get it. I don't. Anyways, on to the last story. Entitled dad will not make daughter be quiet in movie theater. When I complain, others in theater rally around spoiled child. Today, Jurassic Park Rebirth hit theaters, a movie I've waited for over a year to see. I'm a major JP fan, and when these movies come out, I'm always there first day, first showing. Have been since the movie came out in the 90s. Today was no exception. I go to the theater and pick my favorite spot, get snacks, ready to have dinos scare the living you-know-what out of me. Then this dad comes in with two small girls and has to sit right behind me. Okay, whatever. This movie always attracts kids because of the dinosaurs, but honestly, in my opinion, I think it's a bad idea for children under the age of 13, as these kids were. It's just too scary and violent. But they are the parents and not me, so whatever. Anyway, I could tell they were going to be trouble all through the coming attractions because the girls, mostly the smallest one who looked about 3, would not shut up. The child had a mouth like an outboard motor, just kept going and going. 5 minutes into the movie starting, she still would not be quiet, so I did something I know I should not have. But I turned around and said to the dad, "Shut that kid up now, because I will not put up with this during the whole movie." The dad said something back to me. I can't remember what, but something pertaining wanting them to be quiet too. The other people in the theater then jumped on me for yelling at them. I just went off like Rexy the T-Rex from JP. Not kidding. I complained about how much I had to pay for this theater ticket and wanted the kids to be quiet. One man said something to me in the back and I responded with a "F you." Rexy had roared in the theater and they all shut up. Oh man, you gotta love Rexy. Oh yeah. Now yes, I should have gone to the theater manager, which is what I ended up doing after the kid would not shut up even when the dad tried to shush her. The theater manager was really cool, and I got a ticket to the next showing, which started in only a half hour. She said she would check in and see if those kids were being disruptive, but I don't know what happened after I left that theater. What do I think the dad should have done? If he can't make her be quiet, then take her out of the theater until she can be quiet, even if you have to take her home. I really needed to rant, so thanks for letting me get this out. Why do parents bring kids out to theaters when they can't behave? As for the others in the theater, okay, maybe the brat was not spoiling their experience, but she was spoiling mine. By jumping on me, they condone her bad behavior. As for Dad, he knew or should have known his child was a chatty Cathy and left her at home with a babysitter and just waited for the DVD edition. But no, he has to ruin it for me. By the way, I won't give it away, but Jurassic Park Rebirth was awesome once I was actually able to watch it without the distraction. Okay, first of all, OP, they weren't jumping on you and condoning her behavior. They were jumping on you because at that point in time when you rose your voice, you were a worse problem than the child. She was probably affecting more of the immediate people around her, maybe a few other people. But one, she was just a child, and you're probably right. Maybe she was too young for this movie. However, your initial reaction was very uncalled for. You should have just gotten up, gone out of the theater and gone right and gotten your ticket then. You didn't need to blow up at this guy who just wanted to show his kid the dinosaur movie. Again, she was 3 years old, and I agree she shouldn't have been in there, but I don't agree with your initial reaction. And everyone was jumping on you because, unlike a 3-year-old talking, you screaming at the top of your lungs was very disruptive for everyone else in the theater and not just you. And I was with you up until the very end, and I get it. I get disruptions. They suck. And it's not like you can pause a movie in a theater. But come on, OP. Do better. Anyways, that's it for tonight's video. Feel free to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. It'll certainly help me with the algorithm. And feel free to sign up on my Patreon if you want a shout out. And I will see all of you in my next video. Bye!